Hey, what's up, guys? It's Angelo Santowski back with another UFC Fight Night prediction video. This time, UFC Fight Night Namajunas versus Barber goes down Saturday, July 13th, 2024. Prelims begin at 6, going down from Denver, Colorado. And we know that's where Rose Namajunas trains and has been very active for a number of years. So let's get into it, guys. Prelims. Chris Duncan against Salikhov. Salikhov just went to a draw with Borishev. I'd have to rewatch that fight to really remember it. Beat Terrence McKinney by rear naked choke in the second round, which is a very good win. Beat Evan Elder. Again, he's looked good in this UFC career, but I don't really think he's been tested too much. And he's going up against Chris Duncan, who lost to Manuel Torres. That was in Mexico, I believe. Couple good wins though prior to that, but I'm gonna side with Duncan here, man. This guy is a plus 195 dog. I just don't think Nazim should be that big of a favorite here in this fight. So I'm gonna side with the dog and Duncan. Dober against Mike Davis, man. I'm sure this will be on the main card. This is a very good fight. I could see it co-maining or opening the card. But I'm going to side with Mike Davis here, man. Drew Dober on a one-fight losing streak. He's fought a who's who. Lost to Renato Moicano. Beat Ricky Glenn prior to that. So Mike Davis, this guy hasn't fought often enough. Hopefully he starts fighting more. He's on a 4-fight winning streak. His only loss in the UFC is to Gilbert Burns in his UFC debut. There's no shame in that. But like I said, he hasn't fought often, but 2 really good wins over Borishev, and Natan Levy prior to this fight. So I'm going to side with Davis here. Josh Fremd against Andre Petroski. I'm just not really impressed with Petroski, man. I think he gasses. He's just a straight grappler. I think Fremd's a little more well-rounded, and I'm going to side with Josh Fremd here to pick up the win. Santiago Ponzinibbio against Muslim Salikhov. And again, 2 guys you cannot trust. 2 guys that are older. Salikhov's 40. Ponzinibbio is like 37. And both coming off knockout losses, man. I'm going to side with Salikhov here to pick up the win. Plus 180 dog currently. Again, you can't trust either guy, so I'm going to side with the dog here. Christian Rodriguez against Julian Erosa, and I'm gonna side with the dog here again. I'm gonna side with Julian Erosa. Again, you're getting him at plus 225. C-Rod, he's looked impressive, but this guy, he really comes through as an underdog, man. He great win over Isaac Dogarian, great win over Cameron Simon, Raul Rosas, Joshua Weems. We know he's now moving up. He's at featherweight now. He's been at featherweight since the Dogarian fight, which was a very good win, very competitive fight. Julian Erosa, man, this guy, he's another one that just seems to really come through as an underdog, man. When he's a favorite, when he's expected to win fights, it's kind of when he drops the ball. Lost to Caceres, lost to Padilla, but great wins over Dawadu, Jourdain, Peterson, Landwehr, Ricardo Ramos in his last fight. And I know Ramos hasn't looked good recently, but still, man. Erosa was a dog in that fight, man. Plus 140. And I'm gonna side with Erosa here, man. Cody Brundage against Abdul Razak Al Hassan. I mean, I think Hassan could be a really good fighter if he, could compete at welterweight, but he can't. Just looks small at middleweight, man. I like Brundage here, man. I just think he's the younger, more well-rounded fighter. It's a striker versus grappler here, man. And I'm going to side with the guy. I don't know if Abdul Razak Al Hassan still trains in Colorado still, but I know Brundage does. I'm going to side with Brundage here to pick up the win. Mike Malott against Gilbert Urbina. I'm going to side with Malott here to get back on track after that loss to Neil Magny. Again, Gilbert Urbina, he's coming off a knockout loss. I'm going to side with Malott here. Gabriel Bonfim against Angel Lusa. Lusa, man, he looked for a way out of that fight, man, against Brian Battle. Brian Battle was piecing him up, man. I'm going to side with Gabriel Bonfim here. Viviana Araujo against Jasmine Jasudavicius. I'm going to side with Jasudavicius here to pick up the win. Luana Santos against Maria Agapova. We haven't seen Agapova in a long time. It's been almost 2 years. She's still 27 years old, so she can make some really good improvements. It wouldn't surprise me if Agapova somehow gets the win here. Luana Santos is only 7-1. I'm going to side with Santos here. But again, I would stay away from this fight. As far as if you were looking at Santos, but I would not lay that juice and do it. Minus 235, no way. Rose Namajunas against Macy Barber. Kind of really surprised where the odds are with this fight, man. Macy Barber minus 150. Like, really? What has she done in her career more than what Rose Namajunas has done? So, I mean, these are the type of fights I think that Rose just thrives in, man. And, you know, we haven't been able to get her as a dog lately. I guess maybe in the Fjord fight she was a dog, but she wasn't in a spot where I wanted to bet her. But again, she was a favorite to Amanda Ribas, picked up that win fairly easily. Again, there was just a fluke fight with Carla Esparza where just nobody threw anything. And she's fighting at flyweight now, and we're going to take a look at Macy Barber. Macy, the feature Barber, 6-fight win streak. Wow. 26 years old still, so very young. Beat Caitlin Seminara, Amanda Ribas, Andrea Lee, Jessica, Montana De La Rosa. I like Rose here, man. She's used to the 5 rounds. She's fighting in her backyard. She's the underdog. I'm taking Rose Namajunas here. So, guys, my picks. Rose Namajunas, Luana Santos, Jasudavicius, Bonfim, Malott, Brundage, Erosa, Salikhov, Fremd, Davis, and Duncan.